Hello, welcome back to Fifth Entertainment. This time for my review of a brand new release. Now it would be 2020's Underwater with Kristen Stewart. I will say that when I saw the trailers to this movie, I actually wanted to pass up on it, and I did. Like I say, clear as day, that was a mistake. Because this was a surprising movie. A very, very surprising movie indeed. What's so surprising about it? Is pretty much this. I was not expecting a PG-13 sci-fi horror movie like this to actually be thrilling, entertaining, and shocking. And the shock value was good in this movie. The entertaining aspects were very good in this movie, and overall it's just a really good thrill ride of a film. And on a little side note, everybody says that Kristen Stewart's a terrible actress. Well, this is not the first time I've seen Kristen Stewart actually act well in a movie. Okay? The first time was Snow White and the Huntsman, in which she did an excellent job in that movie. This is another film I've seen her in that she does a very good job in. Kristen Stewart can actually act. She just doesn't get roles that allow her to act. Because everybody that hired her to be in their movie usually is referring to her Twilight Saga days. And they're not thinking about, well, can she actually act? It's kind of like Megan Fox, for example. Megan Fox has films in which she actually can act in. And then most of other films where she obviously can't. I would say she's a lot worse of an actress than Kristen Stewart is, but Kristen Stewart's not a bad actress. If you guys want a good example about how she's not a bad actress, watch this movie. Because she's brilliant in this movie. Matter of fact, that is one of the things that surprised me about the film. The other thing that surprised me a lot about the film is the creature effects. The creature effects were amazing in this movie. Especially considering the fact that this film is very heavy CGI. This film's not like, say, 2019's Hellboy, in which the CGI looks stupid. The CGI in this movie is very, very convincing, and it looks like the real deal. These creatures are very scary, I might add. There's also a lot of stuff in this movie that is shocking. It has a very good shock value. It literally is, in a lot of ways, a film made in the tradition of 1989's Leviathan with Peter Weller, Into the Deep, 60 Million Liters Under the Ocean, whatever the hell it's called. And of course, obviously, the big Alien one, which is Ridley Scott's Alien. It kind of is a film made in that tradition. But I can say, clear as day, that this film delivers. This film actually has some scary aspects, especially for a PG-13 movie. It is very adult-orientated for a PG-13 movie, and quite violent for a PG-13 movie. Now, a plot of the movie is actually a simple one. A bunch of deep-sea miners, or deep ocean oil miners, that are actually over 6.5 miles under the ocean. Their rig starts to fall apart, and they have to get to another rig that is safe so that they can get onto escape pods and go back up to the surface. And to do so, they have to walk across the bottom of the ocean to another rig. And when doing so, they discovered that there are this new kind of deep sea species, which are like creatures of some kind. And they are hunting them down as they are walking across the ocean to another rig. But in the end of the movie, all of them but 3 are dead. Kristen Stewart's character, and he was a mechanical engineer, and 2 oil riggers. And basically, she sacrifices her life and puts them in escape pods and blows herself in the rig up, taking all the creatures down with her. And that's pretty much the plot of the movie in the short summary form, which I have to do nowadays. Can't go into vivid details. The quality of the movie is also very surprising. This film does not have a 4K release. It was only in 2K. But it would have looked pretty cool in 4K, I can definitely tell you that. The video quality is very good. It's in 2.4.1 CinemaScope widescreen. The film is very dark, but the cinematography of the film, you can still see things. But it also kind of reminds me of playing Doom 3, to where flashlights are actually your friend and stuff like that within the movie. So yeah, it does depend on what the characters do in the movie that allows you to see things, which is a cool thing to do in a movie when it comes to the video quality of a film and stuff like that. I say this one looks more like a Universal Studios movie. It has a very digital high definition look. It's not like a 32mm film stock look that just looks like regular film. This actually looks more digital, and that really helps in a film like this. The audio quality, this does not have a next-gen audio track on it, although in theaters it did have it. You are given a 7.1 DTS HD master audio track on the movie, and this track sounds real good. I can tell you right now, 20th Century Fox really just should have put this movie into a DTS:X master audio track instead, because it sounds just like one. There's a lot, I mean a lot, of overhead effects and use of overhead effects as if the film was a 3-dimensional sound presentation, but it isn't. It's just being converted into one, and this conversion to a next generation audio presentation is top notch. There's really a lot going on. The stereos have a lot going on. The center mono dialogue mix channel has a lot going on. The subwoofer, wow, the subwoofer has a lot of amplified effect in this movie. There's a lot of use of the subwoofer, a lot of vibration and bass effects throughout the movie. But the overhead effects, the height speaker channels, is what really gave it to me. Is, wow, what a use of a lot of overhead effects in this movie. It's actually very cool to see that in a film that does have 7.1 DTS HD. There's not really many 7.1 DTS HD master audio tracks that do this quite like this. The only one that comes to my mind is 2015 Spectre, the 24th James Bond movie, used a lot of overhead effects without actually being a next generation audio presentation. And this one kind of reminds me of that, but is even more dramatic with the overhead effects than Spectre was. I mean, sometimes 7.1 tracks can be pretty radically good, and that's definitely the case with this one. This film did not do that great in the box office, but in a short time in the box office, it did catch the attention of critics. Most critics that saw this movie, there wasn't many of them, because a lot of people shit on this movie because of the lead actress in the film, which is, I think, is a dumb reason to shit on a movie. I'm sorry. And YouTube, the S word is PG-13 appropriate, so can't do anything, so there you go. And like I said, I will label all my videos. Yeah. But most critics that did watch this movie, like say John Campea or Chris Shackman or the Flick Pick guy or even Rambo Rant for Life, he's called Rambo Rant for Life for a reason. That guy spends more time making 33-minute long videos talking about how much he hates a movie. That's not really that often where he watches a new movie in theaters and actually likes it. And he had nothing but good things to say about this movie. So that just gives you a little bit of an idea right there. This is what you guys call a hidden gem, a film that people are expecting that the whole world's going to hate, and most people will go ahead and say that this movie sucks, and then you watch it and you find out this movie's brilliant. That's kind of what 2020's Underwater actually is. Now, interesting enough, it's counted as a 2020 movie, but Kristen Stewart actually made this movie and filmed this movie in 2018. I don't know what hell took it so long, but it shows they took their time on this for post-production or something, because this movie looks real good and it's just a damn good movie. So those are my views on 2020's Underwater. It came out this week. I suggest you guys buy it. It's a good one. Stay safe. Follow the rules. Maintain social distancing. If you have to wear a mask, wear a mask. And let's wait this thing through. And I will see you guys for my next review, whichever movie that is. And until next time.